What is going on, bro? We are back. Recovered from the sickness. Feeling 100%. Almost 100% at least. And I know I still have my sickness beanie on, but like, it's kind of cold out. It's actually not that cold out, but I haven't got a haircut in a minute, all right? So I'm just going to rock the beanie today. Anyway, I'm not going to waste any more time. Today I want to talk to you about that pain. That terrible feeling when a girl leaves you. It sucks. So today I'm going to give you a 3-step plan, not just to make her regret losing you, but to use that pain to bounce back stronger and more confident than ever. All right, so I want you to picture a cliff. So I'm standing here, and then right here is the edge of that cliff, and right on the edge is the girl that just ended things with me. Like, her toes are hanging off, her heels are hanging off. If I even blow on her, off she goes. You gotta realize, if a girl ends a relationship with you, that's a decision she's been thinking about for a long time. When I ended my second relationship, I struggled with that for months before I actually did it, right? And even if it's a girl that you're just casually hanging out with, or you're trying to hang out with her, and she ghosts you or decides she doesn't want to hang out anymore, in that moment, what the girl is saying is like, I need space. And maybe she's even decided like, I'm gonna be better off without you. So if you're contacting her, like, how do you feel if you want space from someone and they're reaching out to you and contacting you? You want to get further away from that. So when you do that, they're not even gonna fall off the cliff. They're gonna jump off trying to get away from you, bro. But instead, if you start to back away from that cliff, what happens? Well, I can tell you, when my first relationship ended, it was kind of like a mutual thing. Well, my ex, she didn't want to hang out with me. She wasn't even trying to talk to me. And then I started thinking like, wait, how is she getting over this so easily? And then I wanted to all of a sudden like talk to her and get back to her. Like, that's what makes someone start to regret the decision. But the real danger is not only she's gonna fall off the cliff, but now you have forward momentum because you're chasing her, and then you're gonna fall off the cliff with her, bro. Like, I know y'all have been in the situation. I've been there where I'm like, well, maybe if I just text her again, she'll agree to go on the date with me. Or if a girl ended a relationship, you have that moment of weakness where you're like, I'll reach out and just tell her I just want to meet up, and then maybe I can get my foot in the door, right? And once you've done that, you start to try and give yourself hope. And maybe she responds, she doesn't agree to meet up, but she responds, and you're like, oh my God, it can work. I just need to keep messaging her, and you put yourself in this mind frame to like, the only way I can be happy is if I hang out with this girl again and get her back. Step 1, avoid the cliff. That means 0 contact and no excuses. Stop following her on social media. You don't need those reminders, because if you do contact her, not only is she going to start to see you as a needy simp, but you're going to make her sure that she made the right decision. And even more dangerous, you're going to risk falling into a deep depression. And no, you're not a special case. Human relationships follow the same patterns over and over and over again. Get the fuck away from the cliff. Honestly, bro, the worst part about being locked up for a week meant that I was not able to go get tacos. I'm back, baby. Speaking of that, this guy right here, Kevin, he's actually the one who gave me the sickness. Thank you, bro.
Oh, I was about to ask you, bro. I was sick, but I also had a problem getting it up. How about you?
Trouble getting it up? That wasn't one of my symptoms, man. But that is a very serious problem, though. And thankfully, today's video is sponsored by Roman. Look, bro, if you've ever struggled with erectile dysfunction or premature ejaculation, then you know it can straight up kill your confidence in the bedroom. Don't even worry about it, because that's where Roman comes in to help you out. If you're experiencing ED, then Roman's gonna set you up with a free online visit with a healthcare professional, and if medication is appropriate, they're gonna prescribe it, they're gonna ship it to you, free 2-day shipping in a discreet, unmarked package, no awkward visits to the doctor required. And if you've been struggling to last longer, they also offer Roman swipes, which are super convenient, they fit in your wallet, they're clinically proven to work, and they don't even require a prescription. And because Roman is sponsoring today's video, you know that they're hooking it up. If you go to getroman.com/beast, or you click that first link in description, you're gonna get $15 off your first month of ED treatment. That is getroman.com/beast. Check it out. Step 2, you have to understand why. And I'm not saying you gotta understand like why she left you. That's not important. You have to understand like why it matters so much to you, bro. Like, why is it negatively affecting you? And I know on the surface, you're like, well, like, there's a cool girl that I wanted to hang out with, that I wanted to date, now she doesn't want to, and that sucks. And that does suck, and it's normal to feel some negative emotions, but why are you getting so attached to, like, needing her back? Because that shit happens a lot. Like, if I think back to that first relationship where months afterwards, I just needed to have her back, right? Why was that? Why couldn't I be happy without her? Well, if I'm honest with myself, I think it's because I felt like I was more successful of a man if I was dating her, and now I looked at myself as a little bit less of a man. And this would even happen if it was a girl who I was hanging out with and I wasn't able to hook up with her. I'd be pissed about it. Like, why does it matter so much? Well, because if I hooked up with her, then I'd feel like a more successful man, and I could tell my friends about it. Like, there's this big danger that you start to attach not only your happiness to needing a certain outcome, but also your worth as a man. And there's a big turning point in my life. I remember there was a girl that I dated, I don't know, a year or two before Julia. It lasted about 6 months. I was really into her and she broke up with me. And yes, for a couple weeks, like, it hurt and it sucked, but it was the first time that I didn't need to get her back. I never contacted her once again afterwards. And it's like, well, how did I get there? And thinking back, there's 3 key things I implemented. So most importantly, I learned to only invest as much into a girl as she was investing into me. This is what prevents you from getting excited about a girl who doesn't give a fuck about you. So at first, if she's sending short texts, she's taking a few hours to reply, well, I'm gonna try and set up the date, but that's it. Super low expectations. Now, if she shows up on the date, she's starting to send longer texts. She's texting first sometimes. Well, now I can text her a little more. 2, when you meet a new girl, don't go telling everyone about it, man, because on one hand, this makes you check yourself, so you're not just doing it to get the validation from other people, but on the other hand, you're just putting all this pressure on yourself to, like, I need to make this work so that I'm living up to other people's expectations. And last, you have to have other shit going on in your life, because if all you have to look forward to is hanging out with this girl or going on a date, and then she breaks up with you or she cancels, obviously you're gonna be miserable because you have nothing else to do. I've talked about this before. You have to bake a dope cake. Girls are just like the little icing design on the top. You take it away, you still have a delicious cake. Girls can't be your flour. They can't be one of your main ingredients. Your main ingredients have to be your career, your friends, your fitness routine, your side hustle, your hobbies. Like, you need to structure your life so you have a lot of things going on regardless of girls. There's an added bonus. Step 3, use the information. I've realized that whenever I get like a bad outcome in life, there's some information I can use. And this is something I've deliberately used for my advantage, not just in my dating life, but with my YouTube channel or with Edge, with my businesses. You know the saying, like, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. Well, it's like, if I messed something up one time, I just didn't know any better. But if I make the same mistake and mess it up again, I'm just being fucking stupid. So I try and I like connect in my head the pain I'm feeling from the negative outcome with the mistake I made, so that I'll never do that thing again, because I know it's so painful. All right, so for example, let's say you got a girl's phone number and you're texting her, and then all of a sudden she stops responding. Well, you gotta scroll through those messages and say, what's the information here? Well, maybe you realize, oh shit, she was sending me these short responses and I kept hitting her with these 2 or 3 sentence messages. Feel the pain and identify that pain with over texting. So next time you're texting a girl, it's not an option to over text her. Another example, when I started having the confidence to ask girls to come back to my place, this happened more than once too, but I'd have a girl back at my place and I'd sit down on the sofa with her, and then like an hour, 2 hours would pass. I wouldn't make the move, and it would get awkward, and they would leave, and then they never want to hang out again. And eventually I found the information, like, yo, I can't keep having these girls at my place and then not even trying to like kiss them. So whenever I'd find myself on that couch sitting next to the girl, I would remind myself of the pain, and then immediately, like 10 or 15 minutes after we got there, I'd make the move. Or in my second relationship, I've told y'all about this before, it was extremely toxic, and we broke up and got back together 2 or 3 times throughout the course of a year, and it was very painful. I was full of anxiety the whole time. So afterwards, I had to look for the information, and I had to make a commitment to myself. If a relationship gets to the point where it ends once, I'm done. Like, it's not gonna work out. The relationship is broken at that point, and going forward, I will always walk away. I hope that all of that made sense, bro. And I will say that right now, if you're someone who's working to build confidence in your dating life and just really level up that part of your life, I do have a private coaching program. It's called the Beast Dating Coaching Program. And rather than telling you about it myself, let me just show you a few clips of guys who have been through the program recently.
I consistently get about 2 or 3 dates a week. And I would say that these are girls that I'm actually interested in.
After having been in the program right now, I am dating a really amazing woman.
My social anxiety during approaches is next to non-existent.
Being in this program, having other guys, seeing their success, seeing what they're doing, it just pushed me to get out of my comfort zone quicker.
And not only do the guys in this program get a step-by-step blueprint that shows them everything from how to overcome approach anxiety and how to set up the first date to how to close the deal and how to get the second date, but they also get live video coaching calls every single week with myself and the other coaches to make sure that they're getting that personal attention and working past any obstacle that they face. If this sounds like something you want to be a part of, you can click the link down in the description to learn more and apply now. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, hit that thumbs up button. Seriously, bro, it helps out the channel. I appreciate you for still being here, and I will talk to all of y'all in the next video. Stay beastly.